but they are separate from others. Their customs are different from those of others. Can we see that? Where do they live? In every city they live in Biliri. They live in Katongo. They live in Como. Go to church. The next one is someone who is not serious, who, but they live among them. They live among neighbors. They befriend the neighbors. They talk to them. They live together. But their culture is different. They speak the same language. They are all Tangale, but their culture, a certain people's culture is different. Because they are governed by the values and the principles of the kingdom of God. Culture is different from those of other people. And they do not obey the king's laws. And then the king is talking about here, we don't obey the laws of the God of this world. We don't. We don't yield to what Satan wants. And then Haman said to King Xerxes, it is not in your interest, it is not in your best of interest to tolerate them. And then he goes for the hammer. He said, if it pleases the king, let a decree be issued to destroy them. And then Haman said, I will pay for the work. I will give 10,000 talents of silver to the king's administrators for the royal treasury. I was just studying this and I was wondering, is it the bride? Is it the gift that made the king to just stamp the... What was the motivation? That a certain people live among people and they have a different culture, and it was a vast empire. You conquered different nations and brought them into an entity, into an empire. Of course they speak their languages. They have their cultures. You have never stopped anyone from having his culture. So somebody is sharing an idea and you just put your signet ring. I think it was about the money. And once the king puts his ring, stamp on it, it is law. And Haman said, thank God. Whichever God he had. Let me read you from the Message translation. It's paraphrased. Looks more exciting. It says, Haman then spoke with King Xerxes. And this is what he said. There is an odd set of people scattered through the provinces of your kingdom who don't fit in. And we don't fit here. We don't fit here. Our bodies are tired. Our spirits are tired. We are crying for home. We want to go back home because nothing here pleases us anymore. Nothing here satisfies us. Nothing here has value. Nothing here has endurance. Life is like a fleeting shadow. We are tired of burying people. We are tired of crisis. We are tired of seeing evil. We are tired of seeing moral decay. We are tired of seeing things we should not see. And it's like sometimes you ask God, why will you let my eyes see evil? We don't fit here. The reason is because we don't belong here. We are here in order to make sure that those whose names are in the book are called home, are gathered. We are here because we have an assignment that is unfinished. Or else we don't fit here. We pant for home. We cry to go back home. We desire to leave this realm. And I've said this over and over again. Some people are killing us in order to take our land. They don't have to. A little more patience and the land will be theirs. Hello? A little more patience. They can have the land when we are gone. They can keep the houses, brother, when we are lifted. When Jesus transports us home, they can have all the land. They can coronate whoever they want. They can govern as much as they want. We don't belong here. Our spirit cries for home. Our soul pants for home. Like the deer pants after the water course. Our soul pants for home. We actually want to return. This is our heart cry. There's some people have permanented themselves here. They want to take over. They want to rule and reign. they want to stay, they can stay. And Jehovah's Witness can join them. Since they say there's no heaven, there's no hell, they can stay. But we want to go home. Brother, help me touch somebody and say, I want to go home. Those who want to stay can stay. So they don't fit in. It says their custom and ways are different from those of everybody else. Their customs and what? Ways, values, principles, preferences are different from others. Church. Christmas, what kind of people are that? They are actually odd. Huh? And some could be at so we need church to do what? We are old. People are going this way, we are going this way. And believe you me, the accusation is true. Hello? Don't be offended. This accusation is true. Because we are living against the tide. They are odd. And then the man lies, say, what's of regard the king's laws? They are an affront. The king shouldn't put up with them. If it pleases the king, let orders be given that they may be destroyed. I will pay for let it part with it to get rid of a certain people. Now, if you know the crisis bedeviling our world, can I give us an example? Some of you here travel, you go to the UK, you can't even stand in some of these countries and witness Christ to somebody. He burns candles. When he sees a cow, he prays. Here we eat cows.